Hey, what's up, y'all? It's me, LSP. Good Sunday afternoon to you. I just finished Black Panther for the second time this week. Within less than 7 days, I've seen that movie twice. So if you haven't seen it, and you don't want spoilers, turn it off right now. Turn it off, because I'm about to tell you a little bit about that movie. So, first thing that got me was Wakanda. When you fly into Wakanda, and I saw it in 3D again. I said I wasn't going to see it in 3D again, but I just had to. So, yeah, you fly into Wakanda, and as King T'Challa says, this never gets old. I saw it again for the second time. It's like, oh my God, this is amazing. So that was, that was a big thing, Wakanda itself. And then, the fight scenes, the Korean fight scene, when Killmonger goes in to the British Museum and talks about the African artifacts and stuff. The thing that I loved about this movie was the subtle yet not so subtle things that it had to say, because a lot of times in my life I've thought about that, like Killmonger's last line where he says, throw me in the river, because my ancestors knew death was better than bondage. It makes me think about my African ancestors who came here. That movie just got me thinking a lot about being, African American, but our African heritage was stripped from us. But let's get back to the movie. So, my favorite character, it's a tie, but I have to go with Okoye. Because she's just, the leader of the Dora Milaje. She's their leader. She's a general. I've heard people refer to her as a captain. Please. Okoye is not a captain. She's a general. She's a right hand. She protects the king, with her lady. So, and, there's some of the scenes with Okoye, like, you would kill me, my love. That her, her man said, you would kill me, my love. And she says, for Wakanda? Yes. Wakanda forever. They just love Wakanda. But my second favorite character had to be Mabuku, the leader of the Jabari. The Jabari by far is my favorite tribe. I love the Jabari. You cannot speak it. You cannot talk it. I will feed you to my children. Just kidding. We are vegetarians. That, oh my gosh, just Mabuku. He and Okoye tied for my favorite characters. T'Challa was cool, but Killmonger. For the first time, I really, usually I'm like, I can always be for the good guy. But I was kind of for the antagonist this time because of what his role was playing and was saying. Like I said earlier, the fact that he was representing the African American and what we've been through in our struggle. And yes, it's displayed as anger a lot of times in America because, we've been pushed. So I enjoyed Killmonger. Like I said, his last line was profound. The imagery, the CG imagery. As I stayed and watched the credits roll, I counted over 10 visual effects production companies that worked on that movie. Over 10, y'all. So the visual effects to me were stunning. There are some people out there saying that, some of the 3D models could have been, a little bit better, but hey, it's a movie. I knew that these were not real people falling down through that, when they were in the vibranium mine, when they were down in there and T'Challa and Killmonger were fighting. We all know they weren't fighting to the death, falling down through that. The train tracks, Shuri, I loved her. Her jokes. What are those? That was cool. Oh, when Killmonger said, hey, auntie. Just the little things that just jumped out in that movie. I just thought it was a well-done movie. I think my favorite CG visual effects scene has to be when the tribes all gather at the waterfall. That right there, They do that a couple of times, you know, and when the Jabari come in, I just love the Jabari. I really do. I love the Jabari. But that movie, it was so deep for me, and I definitely had to see it twice so that I could, you know. The first time I went in, I knew nothing, so the second time I went back. One thing for anyone who hasn't, you know, if this is your first experience with Marvel, things you should know about Marvel Comics is the big thing. Don't leave until the credits are done. You got to watch the credits to the very end, because usually Marvel is going to give you something wonderful. They didn't give you something, tell you about the next one, what's coming up, or whatever. So don't leave. And look for Stan Lee. Seeing Stan Lee pop up, because me and a friend had talked about, well, how are they going to work Stan Lee into this predominantly black movie? But of course he had to be in it. So look for Stan Lee. I'm not going to tell you where he is, but look for him in Korea. I'll give you that much. Excuse me. So anyway, y'all, excuse me, popcorn and chocolate. That's it. I absolutely love Black Panther. I can't wait for it to come out. I don't know. I know I've already paid like $30 to see this movie, but heck, I might pay to see it just one more time. I really like that movie. I like everything about it. I like the subtext. I like the foretext. I mean, I like the movie. The hot shaped up, Angela Bassett with the gray dreads. It was just, again, I know I've said this before, but it was just an experience to see a movie, a blockbuster movie, not a movie that's a quote black movie, because this was not a black movie. It wasn't. And then in my audience, both times that I went, very mixed audience, not all black, you know. So it was awesome. It was awesome to see that movie. I'd like to see Hollywood keep going with this. Don't stop. Don't make us go back to being all those other things, you know, drug addicts and stuff like that. Because now we know, hey, we can be superheroes, a part of Marvel. So that's it, y'all. I'm going home. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday. Take care of yourselves. As always, no fear and no regrets. You're awesome. See you tomorrow.